We're back. Alright, y'all. We are back. It is Andy. We are live right now on Spreaker Radio. If you're listening to us on YouTube, thank you very much. Hit that subscribe button. We are going to be running down the NFL 2013 season. Who's going to win the divisions? What is the latest news in training camp? And there are two big injuries we're going to get into. So, without more talking, without more hype, this is Established Radio, Season 2, Episode 1.
Thursday Night Football, baby. Throw out who's favorite. Anything can happen. Play for everything we got right here. We gonna look him in the eye. We gonna punch him in the mouth. And he's got it. What a catch. This is why this kid is so special. Going to the end zone. He's got it. Something magical about this kid. This place is going crazy.
Alright, y'all. We are back, of course, and before we get into that, I want to go through a little segment that we call Highlights. Highlights is breaking news, inside news, and kind of like a sports center type feel to it. Let's run it down, but we might want to get some scores in front of us. I do want to let y'all know that you can find us on Twitter, twitter.com/establishedsports, and you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/establishedsports. Let's run through some quick MLB scores, if we will. And if I can get in front of me. Alright, Sunday had 15 games. The Rangers got beat by the Indians 6-0. The Angels beat the Athletics beat the Angels 10-6. The Cardinals lost on Sunday Night Baseball to the Braves 5-2. The Pirates got beat by the Marlins 3-2. Red Sox shut out the Orioles 5-0. And the Rays versus the Yankees. Yankees won 6-5. There are 9 games tonight. And you got Angels and Rangers, you got Rays and Red Sox, and you got Cardinals and Pirates. All those start around 7 o'clock. Anyway, quick NASCAR news. We were at Indianapolis yesterday. Ryan Newman got the pole on Saturday, and he ended up dominating that race and got home with the checkered flag with the Quicken Loans Chevrolet. Jimmy Johnson is right behind him, and here comes out your final top 5. Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth. Dale Jr. got 6. Jeff Ward got 7. Kyle Busch ended up with the top 10. And a surprise, your defending champion, Brad Keselowski, got 21st. Not a very interesting race on my behalf, and Jeff Burton finished up last when he was out on lap 110 with engine troubles. Was not very happy about how this race went. I thought it was a very boring race. There was not. I don't think there was a single crash. Most of the people that got out, which was Tommy Hill and Jeff Burton, Joe Nemechek, a bunch of those guys, they just kind of. They had engine trouble or they had car trouble, and they just kind of fizzled out. And, I get that they're trying to win, but it wasn't really competitive to me, in my opinion. But it is what it is. So Ryan Newman is your winner. Kyle Busch won on Saturday. To get in some NBA news, Kevin Durant went out to LA to the it's a high school game. It's a semi-pro and pro athletics game, free admission. Really, really cool stuff. I believe it's called the Drew League. He did that Sunday and scored a bunch of points. It was up in the high 20s, and a really, really good cause for that. All the proceeds for the concessions and the merchandise go to inner city kids, and then of course admission is free. Of course, your Blackhawks won the cup. And let's get into a little bit more baseball before we get into this. Derek Jeter. We got two big news on baseball, and we're going to get into it right now. Derek Jeter, he's back with the Yankees again. Yes, he is in the New York Yankees lineup and intends to make his return to stick. 39-year-old captain was activated from a 15-day disabled list on Sunday and was set to play shortstop and bat second against the Tampa Bay Rays. Jeter sustained a grade 1 strain in his right quad strap, running out on a ground ball when he made his first initial return on July 11th in his first game back, from breaking his ankle during the opener in the AL Championship Series in October. 13-time All-Star says the whole experience has been frustrating. He hopes to play every day for the Yankees, who has lost 6 out of the last 9. Jeter says it's going to be difficult to be careful at first when he runs out for grounders. And that is your MLB news on that. Will Derek Jeter make his return? A serious ankle injury. That's serious, and I hope he gets back. I'm not a fan of the Yankees. I'm a Cardinals fan, but if he can, then that's awesome, and that's better for baseball. But it's going to be a tough road. Probably the biggest news that came out yesterday, July 28th of Sunday, was Albert Pujols, and this is a story we have it up on Established Sports. Might put it in the links in the description. If not, you can just go to establishedsports.weebly.com. The Los Angeles Angels slugger Albert Pujols, who put on the disabled list Sunday with a tear in his left foot that could end his season, manager Mike Soros said that the star will be sidelined for a significant amount of time. Pujols has a partially torn patella fascia, an injury that has bothered him for most of the season. He aggravated it when he was running into a single in a ninth inning on Friday. 6-4 loss to the Oakland Athletics. This is something that, talking to Albert, has been going on for 6 or 7 years, says the manager. Before the Angels game against the Athletics, it's been going on for a long time, and he's managed it. This is a big blow to our team right now. Now, although the surgery seems unlikely, the manager didn't rule out that it's a possibility that Pujols could be sidelined for the rest of the year. Pujols left the team and returned to Los Angeles on Saturday morning for additional testing. That injury was diagnosed. Of course, he used to play for the Cardinals. He's a first baseman, really good slugger, and all of that. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break before we get into some major NFL news. Alright, I guess we don't have a commercial on Spreaker anymore, which kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is, y'all. Alright, y'all, let's get into NFL. Yes, anyway. NFL news. Training camp for the Dallas Cowboys started early last week, and then most of the teams opened either Thursday or Friday. NFL Network, I definitely recommend y'all going there and checking out their live 9-hour coverage. It starts from 9 a.m. Central all the way to, I believe, 4 or 5 Central, leading in total access, which they kind of recap, and then at 7 to 10 on Central Time, they'll recap most of the major news on that. You get live inlet practices from all the teams that are practicing, and then you get some really good conversations. I definitely recommend it. ESPN does a pretty good job, but NFL Network is very dedicated. So I definitely recommend you go out there. Of course, with all your breaking news that we broke 4 big stories yesterday on Established Sports with the Derek Jeter and Albert Pujols thing. This is kind of a minor thing, but then we're going to get into injuries. Donovan McNabb, he was at Phillies Eagles training camp yesterday. The six-time Pro Bowler quarterback Donovan McNabb will officially retire as a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. He played 11 out of 13 seasons with the Eagles, leading them to an 8 playoff appearance, 5 NFC East titles, 5 conference championship games, and 1 Super Bowl loss. But in his later career, he kind of bounced around. A 36-year-old McNabb hasn't played in the NFL since 2011. He was traded to the Washington Redskins in 2010 by the Philadelphia Eagles. Started 13 games for the Redskins that season, and then he went and I believe he got traded to the Minnesota Vikings. He could have just signed with them, but played 6 games that following season. Then Christian Ponder actually replaced him. So that is pretty cool that he is going to retire as an Eagle. I still think they kind of screwed him over with the whole Michael Vick thing, because look how that turned out. But you know what? It is what it is. It's a new day in Philadelphia, and they're doing right by a guy that helped them out, even though Philadelphia fans will always hate him. A big news on Saturday. Baltimore Ravens tight end Dennis Pitta dislocated his hip in the practice on Saturday and will be sidelined indefinitely with what Coach Harbaugh calls a serious injury. He was carted off the field after colliding with safety James Hendigo in the back end zone, vying from a pass from Joe Flacco. He laid prone for several minutes before the car was arrived. And of course, they open up the regular season with a Thursday night, September 5th, Super Bowl defense title against the Denver Broncos. He will at least miss that game, says coach. But severity of the injury could keep the tight end as much longer than that. Anyway, I'm a Baltimore fan as well. I'm a Cowboys fan first, but the Ravens, they lost a lot of people over the offseason. Everyone, this is very documented. Ray Lewis, their cornerback, Ed Reed, and then they traded Antoine Bolden to the 49ers, which I think was a mistake. But hey, what can you do? This is a really, really bad loss. He's going into his 4th season. He's 6 foot 245. He caught 61 passes for 669 yards and 7 touchdowns last season. In the playoffs, he had 14 catches for $163 yards and 3 TDs. Without Pitta, Flacco won't be the same. Flacco got this big old contract just because he won a Super Bowl. I like Flacco. I think he's a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. A great quarterback does not deserve that. A great quarterback will deserve that money. A good quarterback is nowhere near that ballpark and that kind of money. Same way with Tony Romo. He didn't deserve that. And I'm a Cowboys fan, and I actually like Romo. If we ever traded him or he went somewhere else, Dallas fans would not know what to do. They would be so overjoyed, and then they would see that first game, and they would be like, oh, we need Romo. I like Romo. I like Flacco. They don't deserve that kind of money. Flacco, he lost his center, so now he has to call all the audibles and the reads that a center does, because he did not do that. You have Ray Rice, who is one of the best HBs in the game, and he's going to do his part. But you have your deep threat, Anquan Bolden, gone. You have your secondary with Troy Smith, who is good, but he's not an Anquan Bolden. He can't be a prime number one. You have Dennis Pittman, who was your red zone threat, who was your 3rd and 2 threat, 3rd and 5 threat, quick pass out to the side, he'd get you those 5 yards, he'd get you those quick TDs, and call it a day. You're losing that. You have your deep threat gone, you have your short threat gone. I hope Ray Rice is ready to run the ball. And then another news that came out, and this is big, just to follow up on this story. Ravens signed a familiar face in the eyes of the Vikings fans. Baltimore Ravens signed tight end Visanthe Shenko to a 1-year contract Sunday, one day after Pitta dislocated his hip during practice. Pitta had surgery Saturday and could miss the entire season. Shanko is a 33-year-old free agent, played only 4 games for the New England Patriots last year. But he played in all 16 games in the previous 9 seasons when the first 4 was with the New York Giants, which I didn't know, and the next 5 was with the Vikings. He has 243 catches with a 2,677 yards, 27 TDs. Pitta was hurt on the 3rd day of training camp when he collided, of course, with safety James Hannibal in the back of the end zone, as we noted. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/establishsports, Twitter, twitter.com/establishsports, and of course you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/AR_official_94. Anyway, we are also, if I can find it, maybe I didn't put that link up on the main site. The other news, I know Denver Broncos safety, he's out with a torn ACL. I need to put that up on the site, and then we're going to get into our next injury story after this quick music break.
Every day I'm a star in the city. Walk the streets like a wanted man. All the time got my shine looking pretty.
Alright, we're going to get into the next Philadelphia Eagle news. I guess I should have led in with that to the Donovan McNabb news. Kind of forgot about that, to be honest with you. It's almost 11 here in good old Oklahoma on Monday. Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver Jeremy Maclin tore his ACL in his right knee during practice Saturday and could miss the entire season. Maclin went down at the end of a non-contact drill and appeared to be in pain while he was on the ground for several minutes. He helped onto a cart and needed assistance getting off of it, going into the team's practice facility. Appreciate all the love and the support from the Twitter fam. Sad day, but I have setbacks in my entire life. Minor setbacks for a major comeback. Bird Gang, he wrote on Twitter. Yes, Bird Gang. Philadelphia is in its second full practice under new coach Chip Kelly, of course, from Oregon. First practice with pads on Sunday. The Eagles signed, which yesterday's practice got rained out. The Eagles signed wide receiver David Ball to the 90-man roster. The 29 Ball played for Kelly in New Hampshire and broke Jerry Rice's Division I AA record for touchdown receptions. Ball spent his time in training camp with the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets in 2007 and 2008. Maclin is headed into his 5th season with the Eagles. He led the team with 69 catches for 857 yards and 7 touchdowns last season. Former first-round pick was in his final year of his rookie contract. 2-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Jackson is Philadelphia's other starter. The team has veteran wide receivers as Jason Avant and Riley Hooper, along with several other younger wideouts in the camp. Maclin averaged 64 catches, 863 yards, and 6 touchdowns for the first 4 seasons. His best year was in 2011 when he had 70 receptions for 964 yards and 10 TDs. So this is a major blow to the Philadelphia Eagles. He's not replaceable. I do see them re-signing him because he's already torn his ACL once. He came back from that, no problem. He knows this. He's very supportive about it. He's very positive about this, and I'm sure the Eagles are the same way. I don't like them because they're in my NFC East division against my Cowboys, but they are a very good organization. I just don't like their fans. Anyway, I might get some hate mail for that one. But you know what? He is replaceable. He will be replaced, but he will come back, and he will be the Jeremy Maclin that we all know. And Deshaun Jackson he's had a breakout season before. He's going to need it again. Let's get into, I think it's time for a little previewing. Yes, previewing. I did say who was going to win their divisions. I was going to predict that, but it's a little bit early in the preseason, so we're not going to do that. I will get into this, though, just because it's NFC East news. Predict that the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. I do. Why? You'll have to figure that out later in the show. Let's get into, because I don't, honestly, if I could do this every day, I could, but maybe once a week. But let's just preview the first week of preseason. Of course, this Sunday, yes, the gods have opened. We get football. Hall of Fame weekend is this weekend. Phil Parcells is in it. Let me look up the other names to this because honestly, I don't know. But of course, the Hall of Fame game is this Sunday, August 4th, with the Dallas Cowboys taking on, of course, Miami Dolphins. All right, here is your list in the 2013 Hall of Fame. Larry Allen, he played for the Dallas Cowboys from 94 to 2005. And, yes. And then 2006 to 2007, he was a 49er. Chris Carter, wide receiver. He was in Philadelphia from 87 to 89, and then he signed with the Minnesota Vikings for 11 years, 1990 2001. And then the Minnesota Miami Dolphins in 2010. Curly Cup, he was a defensive tackle. He played for the Chiefs 68 to 74, 74 to 80 with the Oilers, 80 to 81 in the Lions. 14 season, 179 games, second round overall pick. Then you have a tackle, Jonathan Ogman. He played with the Baltimore Ravens from 96 to 07, 12 seasons, and first ever draft pick from the Ravens in the first round, fourth player overall. So he was a part of the 2000 Ravens championship. Of course, the biggie, Bill Parcells, coached the New York Giants from 83 to 90. He coached the Patriots from 93 to 96, the Jets 97 to 99, and then my Dallas Cowboys were. He didn't get them to where they needed, but he got them there for their future success in 03 to 06. 19 seasons, 303 games. His regular season record was 172, 130, and won 2 Super Bowls. Actually went to 3 Super Bowls, but he won 2. Dave Robertson, he was a linebacker for the Green Bay Packers from 63 to 72, and he was a first rounder, 14th overall player back in 1963. Big man finally gets in. Warren Sapp, defensive tackle from Tampa Bay. 95 to 03 from the Buccaneers. Of course, he won in 2002 Super Bowl. And then went over to the dark side from 04 to 07 with Oakland Raiders. 13 seasons, 198. First round pick, 12th overall in 1995 draft. Instant starter. That is your Hall of Fame. Of course, first game of the preseason, Dallas Cowboys taking on Miami Dolphins. I'll see Dolphins get it done just because it's a preseason game. It's going to be interesting to see how my Dallas Cowboys do. I think they're going to be better. I think Jason Garrett's going after this year. But, we'll see how they do. They play on NBC at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And that's Sunday night, August 4th. And then the first week of preseason starts with Baltimore at Tampa Bay, Thursday, August 8th. And then you got Cincinnati at Atlanta Falcons on ESPN on that same night. Anyway, and then my Dallas Cowboys play the Oakland Raiders. Kansas City plays New Orleans. Giants at Steelers. Not really big games. I mean, there's a Patriots-Eagles game. Broncos at 49ers. It's preseason. It's football. And if you have your team, then you like to watch it. That's just me. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here in a minute. And I told you why my Dallas Cowboys were going to win the NFC East. And here's why. You got the Giants who, could they win it? Yeah. But I'm going to make you wait one more second when we come back from commercial break.
Whose favorite anything can happen. Play with everything we got right here.
All right, y'all. NFC East, New York Giants. You lost a defensive tackle in O.C. Almanur. Then you lost some key players. You do have Akeem Nicks. You did re-sign Mr. Salsa Man. What is his freaking name? I'm gonna look like an idiot on here. I don't remember his name. Anyway, the guy that does the salsa dance. And then you have Eli Manning, who is trying so hard to be the leader of that locker room. You have Philadelphia, who's in a rebuilding process, who they're going to start Michael Vick, I think. That's going to be a disaster. I like Michael Vick, but it's going to be a disaster. And then they're going to have Matt Barkley take it over mid-season, I think. Redskins, a lot of people think they're going to win it, but RG3 coming back from an ACL tour, he's not going to be the same. So he carried that team definitely, and he can't do the things that he did last year with the options and the read option that killed my Cowboys. He's not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to stand in the pocket and get hit. Dallas Cowboys refocused. New defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator. They're going to get it done, y'all. All right, we're going to get out of here, y'all. Season 2, Episode 1, 2013 season preview with his injuries. Bunch of news. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll do more of these. And check us out on Facebook, Twitter. It's all in the description for those links. It's going up on YouTube. Thanks for listening there. Hit that subscribe button if you're listening on Spreaker. I want to thank you all as well. We're going to get out of here, y'all.
We're going to look him in the eye. We're going to punch him in the mouth. And he's got it. What a catch. This is why this kid is so special.